Hey, so first, yeah, the shirt's very wrinkled. Second, though, a while ago, a few weeks ago, you guys might remember, I did a video about where they could potentially go with a sequel to Black Panther now that Avengers Infinity War and Endgame have gone by. And it's like, well, every franchise is going to be affected by this 5 year jump in some way or another. So I could do one of these about more movies, but today we're going to be doing one based on a movie that I actually did really like, Doctor Strange. If you want, I could do an Ant-Man or a Guardians of the Galaxy. You guys let me know in the comments if I should. But I have a couple ideas on what could come of a Doctor Strange 2. So let's get into it.
Live a miracle, unpredictable. You don't need an upgrade anymore. Can't you see the
So first, obviously, there needs to be some cleanup on Doctor Strange's part. You know, the Sorcerer Supreme can't just go missing for 5 years with no repercussions. That would be Wong as the Guardian of the New York Sanctum. Something could have happened to the Guardians of the Sanctums of London and Hong Kong. There could be any manner of mystical threats out there. Baron Mordo could be cooking up trouble. Could be Nightmare. Could be really anything at this point. The main thing that they would have to do is get Strange in a place where he could be, in control of things, because he's a master of the mystic arts, Sorcerer Supreme, all that good mumbo jumbo. But he's been gone for a while, so he's missed a lot. There should be some time taken out to just catch him up, really. Like I said for Black Panther, it's like maybe he's like, oh, rules at Kamar-Taj have changed because half of the sorcerers went missing. This type of magic doesn't work anymore because this happened. The Infinity Stones don't exist anymore, and that throws off the balance of the universe, really. Which kind of takes me into the next thing that we should talk about is the conflict. Because he gave away the Time Stone, and the Time Stone was then destroyed a few weeks later. So without him having his strongest weapon, Dormammu could come back on the attack. Like, hey, he can't trap me in a time loop anymore. I can defeat him now. Or maybe not because of the time that passed in between Doctor Strange and Infinity War. Maybe he just got good enough to defeat Dormammu on his own. That's yet to see. Or with the destruction of all the other Infinity Stones, as the Ancient One said, the Infinity Stones create what you know as the flow of time. You take one away, it splinters off. Which is what I think a misconception is about the time travel in Avengers Endgame, but I don't really want to talk about that right now. With all the stones gone, the balance of things, right, should be out of whack. Right? So maybe not everybody has to experience that. Normal guys walking down the street wouldn't see the effects of that, but the sorcerers would. Doctor Strange would. They should absolutely have to deal with the fallout of the most powerful things in existence not existing anymore. All types of threats from other dimensions, other planes of existence, other worlds, other timelines could just start attacking, and that could be how we get our villain for Doctor Strange 2. It could be the return of Dormammu. It could be the appearance of Nightmare. It could be the return of Baron Mordo. It really could be any manner of things, because there needs to be an example of consequences that were brought up in the last movie. It doesn't look like Spider-Man Far From Home is going to touch on that at all. I'm pretty sure that Snap tearing a hole in our dimension is a lie by Beck to cover himself so that nobody asks him where he was during all those important battles. Somewhere out there in the MCU, somebody needs to start answering for the things that happened in the last movies. It's like, if you say that the Infinity Stones are important to maintaining the balance of the universe, and they're gone, I have to see what you mean. You have to show me. And as far as Strange as a person goes, it could be a lot like T'Challa, where he's like, he has to find new purpose, because Strange's thing is like, okay, it's the Sorcerer Supreme's duty to protect the Time Stone. I couldn't do that. Like, yeah, we got all the people that got snapped away back, but in the end, I still am the reason that the Time Stone was destroyed. Maybe he doesn't feel like he deserves to be Sorcerer Supreme anymore. maybe he wants to give it to Wong because it's like, well, you taught me most of the things that I know. I think also a good reason that Mordo should be the villain is Mordo is kind of like the opposite of Strange, at least in the Doctor Strange movie, because Strange is like, I don't like blindly following orders. I don't like just having to do what I'm told for no reason. I like to ask questions. I like to get to the bottom of things. And Mordo is just like, there's an order of things, and that's just how it is. So now Mordo could be like, hey, you screwed up the order of things. You suck. You're worthless. Give me your cloak of levitation. Something like that. Something with Mordo that challenges who Strange is and is becoming as a person, and he maybe has to find new worth in himself. Is like, maybe I wasn't cut out to be Sorcerer Supreme, but I can do this. And that could be where he ends the second movie, because of course there's a third one that he has to do. So, post-credit scene though, Doctor Doom. I know I said the same thing for Black Panther, but here's the thing about Doctor Doom: not only is he a king, but he is a sorcerer. The only sorcerer in the world, actually, who could defeat Doctor Strange in a magic battle. So, maybe he should be put in the movie somewhere. Now that they can. Because they own him now, as they own all things in the world. But that's just what I think they should do with the Doctor Strange sequel. Just thematically, basically. I mean, I can't come up with what the whole movie should be. I don't think I'm that clever. But have I ever told you how good you look? I think you're very attractive, handsome, pretty, whatever you want to be. You look lovely. I'll see you soon, though. Yes.